and welcome to month 4 of my Project Pan update. Welcome to my update on my Project Pan. It's month 4. I don't know which of those sound better. I'm not gonna lie, I just woke up from a nap. I'm a napper, not a baby, but I like a good nap. I really do. So I'm still waking up a little bit. But if you haven't been here before, hi, my name is Lauren. If you're returning, you're amazing, thank you. I like to start my Project Pan videos with just a little FYI about why I'm doing my Project Pan, because the name itself is not really true to my intentions for Project Pan. Well, it would be great to pan and finish items, and you may even see a finished item this month, maybe. The goal really is just to use what I have in my collection to pull out some things that have been kind of neglected and to get some use out of them, and to really decide, are these things that need to stay in my collection, or am I just hanging on to them for the wrong reasons? So we did a little bit of a switch up last month. I switched some stuff out that I felt like I'd finally gained a real appreciation for, and we added some new stuff in. So I'm gonna go through the list. I'm gonna talk about all the projects in my Project Pan, and I'm gonna tell you how many times I used them in the month of September and how that compared to my previous usage or overall usage of these items, because I've got my little spreadsheet in front of me. I've been keeping track, so we've got numbers to give. We're very excited. We love a good Excel spreadsheet. Up first, we have a couple items that are new in this round of my Project Pan. So I don't have any stats on the previous usage, but the first one is the Stila Huge Extreme Lash Mascara. Now, I put this in my Project Pan because technically you're supposed to be switching out your mascaras relatively frequently, which makes sense. It's a product you use by your eyes. You really don't want to be holding on to these for too long. And I had kind of felt like I had been holding on to this for a little too long. So I want to finish it. It's a great mascara. I want to use it up. We only used it 3 times in the month of September though, so didn't get a lot of usage out of it. I'm actually kind of surprised because I do like this one, but I think it just got buried in my little basket. I have a basket. This may not be the best way to hold stuff, but that's what we're doing right now. They're all just thrown into a basket. Oh, okay, there goes my eyeliner. This is another product that, kind of the same reason why I included it in my Project Pan, but this is from Hourglass. This is the Voyeur waterproof gel eyeliner in the color Obsidian. It's a fantastic eyeliner. It's a mess. So gross. I don't know how much is left. We ended up using it 7 times in the month of September, so it did get some usage. This is the black eyeliner I normally go for, but I've also been using this gray color from Victoria Beckham a lot, so I kind of switched between those two this month. But it's a fantastic eyeliner. It's just, it was an expensive eyeliner. I want to use it up, and it's kind of at that point where I shouldn't be putting it near my eyes anymore. And that's where it goes. So I want to finish this up. I think I can. I don't think there's much left, but I'm afraid that if I put it up, it won't go down. Yeah, okay, yeah, we don't want to do that. So we've got some left. I don't know how much, but there's definitely some left in here. This month was really the month for primers because I got a lot of use out of most of the ones in my Project Pan. First up is the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Primer. And I actually used this one a total of 15 times in September. So it got a lot of use. And this has been in my Project Pan since the beginning. So I've actually used it a total of 34 times. Now, this is another product that is actually great. I love this primer, but the packaging is terrible. I mean, the pump does not work because the product itself is so thick. So I basically have to scoop it out. That's kind of what I've been doing. But as you can see, it's almost empty. I think we can finish it off this month. That's the goal. We'll see. But yeah, 15 times this month, so that was great. Another primer I got a lot of use out of was the MAC Prep and Prime Natural Radiance in Radiant Pink. It's a little travel size, it's just a tiny guy, but I used this guy 10 times, and he is new to my Project Pan, so this was the first month of me using him, but this is another excellent primer. So yeah, got a lot of use out of the primers, that's for sure. One primer that's in my Project Pan that got 0 use is from Fenty Beauty. This is the Soft Silk Pro Filter Hydrating Primer. This is in my Project Pan because it's another product that's a little bit older. I'd like to use it up. It's so pretty. It's got a great bottle. It's glass. I love the aesthetic, but I do not reach for it, and I did not reach for it. It's brand new into my Project Pan, But obviously between the other two primers, I used these 25 days out of the 30 days. So I really was focusing on these two primers. I really want to finish this one. Now on to the 3 different foundations that I've included in my project pan. The first one is not this. Oh, it's this. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation in the color 3 Neutral. I used this 5 times in September, bringing my total to 20 times since I started this project pan. Not very much, I'm not gonna lie. I've been testing a handful of new foundations. You'll be seeing that video soon. So unfortunately, this one kind of took a back seat, but I'm really hoping in the next couple months I can finish this one off, because I mean, it looks like it's low. I know it's low, but I know it's also, there's more in here than it looks. So it might take me a little longer than I think it will. This one I was really hoping to finish this month. This was the Tower 28 Sunny Days Broad Spectrum with SPF 30 in the color 15 Melrose. The reason I really wanted to finish this one this month is because this one has an expiration date. So it expired in the month, well, at the very end of August. But somebody did make a good point. They said, hey, it's probably just the SPF that's expired. As long as you're using additional SPF, which I always do, you should be fine as long as it smells fine. Tower 28 is a clean beauty brand, which I don't love because that means it goes bad a lot faster, but this one still smells good. I'm gonna finish it off this month. Month of October, this one is getting finished. I used this one a total of 7 times in the month of September, bringing it to a total of 32 times since I started my project pan. I don't use a lot of foundation. I normally only do a couple dabs, so it takes me a while to finish a foundation, but I'm gonna finish them. This foundation is new in my project pan. This is the Dior Airflash, and it is in the color 2N. I only used it 2 times, and again, I was testing out a bunch of other foundations this month, so I really didn't get a focus on my project pan foundations as much as I wanted to. But the reason that this is in my project pan is because they don't make it anymore. Dior has stopped making this. Nobody knows why. It is a fantastic foundation. It's so fun to put on your face. I mean, some people spray their sponge or their, brush with it first. I just spray it directly on my face. It's very cool and refreshing. I just really like it. So I am a big fan of the Airflash. So hopefully I get more use out of it in the month of October. It just has like the best coverage, so good. We only have one concealer, and that's the Dior Backstage concealer in the color 1N. I used it 2 times in the month of September, bringing my total usage for my project pan to 21. The reason this is in my project pan, I really like it as a concealer, but I hate the packaging. So the packaging is just a mess. So I keep it upright. I do not travel with it. I've made the mistake of traveling with it in the past, and that has not gone well. It is just a messy packaging. It's a great formula, but for the price tag of this concealer, I want to use it up. And it's taken forever because just like foundation, I don't use a lot of concealer. I just do a couple dots on my face, and this is going to take me a while to finish. So I need to use it more this month. We have 2 setting powders. The first one is my Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. This I used 10 times in the month of September, bringing my total usage to 41. You think it'd be finished, but it is not. It is still hanging in there. So kind of goes to show one product, this probably could last me at least an entire year, because I've used it 41 times now. It's got a dent. It's more, I think there's like maybe a third of it left, maybe, but it's lasting a very long time. It's great. It's a great product. This one was another product that was a little bit older. So I was like, let's bring it out. Let's finish it up. Let's get some use out of it. I didn't expect it to last this long. I use it constantly. I travel with it. It's great. It's a great setting powder, but my God, I want to use a different setting powder. We do have a setting powder that's new to the project pan. This is the MAC Lightscapade Mineralize Skinfinish. So this one is just so pretty. I used this one a total of 4 times. The reason I knew this one wasn't going to get a whole lot of use and hadn't got a lot of use in my collection is because it's very luminous. So there's a little bit of a luminosity to it. It's not mattifying. It's not like a neutral kind of pressed powder. It's very luminous. There's some shimmer in there. So it's kind of like, I use it when I want a little bit of shimmer, but I don't always. So, you know, when I want a more mattifying look, I normally reach for the Hourglass, but it's very pretty. I am glad I pulled it out because I've had it in my collection for a very long time. I have a couple MAC products that have just been hanging on forever. And again, it's something that I just want to get more use out of. It's very beautiful, but again, I don't always want that luminosity. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So when I do, I pull this one out. We only have one highlighter this round. So this is the ColourPop Stole the Show Super Shock Cheek. It is a fantastic highlighter. I love it. Fantastic. So, so good. I only used it once last month. I already used it more in the month of October, so it'll get more use. It's a fantastic highlighter. ColourPop, honestly, their Super Shocks are my favorite highlighters. They're so pretty. But the reason I wanted to use this one is, again, same reason that many of these items are included in my project pan. It's older, and the formula means it could potentially dry up sooner than later because it's just a very wet formula. And I want to use it. I want to get enough use out of it to say, even if it dries up, that, hey, I loved it. It was a loved product. It got a lot of use, and I feel okay letting it go. We're not there yet. It's still performing fine, but it's really, really pretty. I need to use it more this month. A bronzer that's new to the project pan is the Park Princess Tarte bronzer. Yeah, this one is in the matte version. There's also a shimmer version, which I think I have both. But I decided to include the matte one because it is really pretty. It's a much more neutral bronzer, which I like on my skin. I'd say it's almost cool toned leaning, which you don't see a lot in bronzers. It's hard to find a cool tone bronzer. And I just feel like the cooler the bronzer, the better it looks on my skin. I don't like bronzers that are super warm. So this is a great bronzer, but I only used it 5 times. And one of the reasons is because I just have been obsessed with cream bronzers. This is not cream, this is a powder, and I just have been loving cream so much. That's what I've been reaching for. So I need to use this one more. I mean, I like it when I use it. It is a little more light, so it's good for when I'm going into work, but sometimes I want something a little more dramatic, especially when I'm filming. So I don't always reach for this one, but it is a good bronzer. I do love the color, so I will be bringing it out more. One bronzer that we can say goodbye to, finally. I used this one 5 times in September, total of 18 times, and that is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand. I have it in fair medium. Finally finished it. Finally finished it. I knew it was getting low when I started my project pan, but it just kept going. First off, I don't want to touch it because it's messy, but this component is just really messy. I like the idea of a sponge tip applicator for bronzer, but I don't love the application or the applicator once you use it because it just gets messy. And I don't know if this is a bronzer I'd repurchase. I've talked about this before. I love how it looks on camera, but I do not love how it looks in person. It's really weird. It looks great on camera, but if I'm not gonna wear it like out in the world, like why would I repurchase it? So it's interesting. It's an interesting product because I don't find it to be beginner friendly at all. I kind of warn people away from it because it's difficult to use. It dries down really fast, really, really fast. You also have to go in with a very light hand because a little goes a long way. You have to be sure you're blending it out really well. It's just a difficult, finicky product. So I'm glad that we can say goodbye to it. I've finished 2 items in my project pan now after 4 months. We are finally making some progress. Next up are the blushes I have in my project pan. The first one is the Tower 28 Beach Please blush in Magic Hour. And this is what it looks like. It's a cream. I love it. It's a great neutral color. It's really, really pretty. I only used it 3 times. I think blush was another one where I actually wasn't reaching for blush a whole lot in the month of September. I always do bronzer. I normally do a highlighter. Sometimes blush I do not do. So this one only got used 3 times. It's so dirty. It's so gross. It looks so gross. I love Tower 28 blushes, but the packaging just gets so gross. That's why I wanted to use it, because I'm like, this looks disgusting. Let's see if we can put a pan in it. Another blush that I only used 3 times is from Surratt. This is in the color Barbe Papa. This is their Artistique? Hang on. Artistique blush. This is what it looks like. It is a shimmery, pretty pink. It is amazing. It's amazing. I put a Surratt item in here because nobody talks about Surratt. I don't know why. They're a little more expensive. They are. Like, this is very small, I will say, for the price. I want to say it's like $32 or something for this blush, but it is a fantastic blush. Their formulas are great. Nobody talks about them enough. I don't use what I have enough, so that's why I pulled this one into my project pan. Plus, it's a very different color than the Tower 28. The Tower 28, you're dealing with a more neutral pink. Then you have the Surratt, which is a bright, pretty pink. I really love it. Oh, Chanel, what are we gonna do with you? This is the Le Beige Eau de Blush in the color light pink. We have this sticker here so that I can see my progress. I use this once in September for a total of 5 times for my project pan. I do not reach for this at all. I almost feel like I need to give up on this one because I'm not reaching for it. But my God, is this expensive. It is so expensive. You know what? No, this has reinvigorated me to pull it out more. So expect to see it shrink, hopefully a little bit. I like this color. It's a more neutral pink again, but I don't know. It's just, the application's a little weird. It's, you know, these like tiny balls suspended in gel. It's hard to control the amount that's getting on your face. So you never really know until you're like breaking down the balls on your face. It's a weird product. I know people are kind of ride or die for this kind of formula from Chanel. I am not one of those people, but it's interesting. I will say that I bought it. Oh wait, we do have another highlighter. Okay, my spreadsheet is all out of order apparently. Rude. But this is the Bobbi Brown highlighting powder in Pink Glow. This was a limited edition packaging. So pretty. I actually used this a total of 6 times. So this is a highlighter that I would use when I was going into work. It's a lot more subtle. It's very finely milled. You're not getting any big chunks of shimmer in there. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is stunning. It is beautiful. The imprint is beautiful. I'm making a little bit of an impact in the imprint, which is double exciting. So pretty. This one's new to my project pan this month, but yeah, I already used it 6 times. Really enjoying this formula. Let's talk about lip products before I get into the palettes. Oh man, okay. The Hourglass one has been in here for a while, and every time I forget the name of it because it's not on here. They don't have the name on it. I can tell you the color. The color is Mist. This is like their Ghost something. It's something. It's the one that went viral on TikTok. Everyone was getting this one. Look, it's an expensive product, and the thing about this formula is it's very, very soft. Very, very soft. Do not bring this outside. Do not put it near heat. Do not put it in a hot location. It will melt. It has melted on me before, which is why it doesn't leave the house now. It just stays in my room, which is why I don't use it very much. I only used it one time. Probably, I would say I probably used it more than that, but I don't really keep track of the lip glosses in my project pan. I just try to use them because as long as they're next to me, I'll pull them out and I'll use them. But if I keep them in this basket, I will forget about them for sure. It's kind of what happened with the lipstick. So I had the Rouge Dior Velvet lipstick in the color 999, which is their very pretty, very classic red. Did not use it at all. Did not wear red lipstick, I think, at all in the month of September. Just did not really have a lipstick month. It happens. It was definitely more of a lip gloss month for me. So this one's new to my project pan, and I guess it's still new because I haven't even used it. We have 2 palettes. The first is a face palette. This is another item from MAC. This is the, what is this? Sculpt and Shape Contour Palette. Oh, let me see if I can open it. And this is what it looks like. These are all powder products. I only used it once. I've actually used it a couple times in the month of October already. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if these colors are really my favorite. Or maybe I'm just not using them right. That could be it. I mean, I'm not drawn to this palette, that's for sure. So I don't know. We're gonna keep using it. I'm not enjoying it, but maybe that's just on me. Maybe I just need to get more use out of it to get used to the way that the powder products work. Again, I'm in my cream phase, so I think that's why I don't reach for this one as much, but I need to reach for it more, obviously. Last but not least, the eyeshadow palette that I picked is from Sydney Grace. This is the Enduring Love palette. This is in the light version. They have a dark version as well. I used this a total of 4 times, not a lot. It's kind of a mess. I have it on my eyes today. Sydney Grace is one of my favorite indie brands for eyeshadows because their shimmer formula is just so pretty. It's so pretty. It's beautiful. And this palette is a great example of it. I really have just been going into two colors. So I'll go into Victoria a lot, or I'll go into Juliet. And then I will just use one of the darker colors kind of at the end of my eyes, just buff it out and call it a day. And just use two colors and be done. So that's kind of what I did today. Oh God, I hate that color. I hate the salmon pink. Good to know though, you know, like sometimes you don't know what you don't like until you put it on your face. So Darcy's not my favorite color, but everything else is just beautiful. I love this palette. It's great. We have a lot of palettes we're trying out in the month of October. So I'm still hoping to get use out of this one, but I can see the usage not being super extreme for the month of October, but we're gonna work with it, on it. We're gonna try it. Total, the items in my project pan, I used 72 times this month, which is actually really good. Pretty much doubling my usage of my project pan items, which makes me really happy. I think those primers really helped because I used the heck out of them. Total overall for my 4 months of doing this project pan, I've used items in my project pan 199 times.
So I added up my items wrong, and I've actually used my project pan items a total of 285 times since starting this.
So getting a lot of use out of the products, not all of them, certain ones I'm using more than others, but really kind of gaining a new appreciation for what I have in my collection and realizing what I like about some things and what I don't like about other things, which is what this project pan is for. Again, it's really to help me kind of rediscover things in my collection and gain a new appreciation for them. That's gonna be it for this project pan update. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know how your project pan's going. I know quite a few people are on their own project pan journey, and I would love to hear about it from you. Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!